Hello, guys. Happy holidays. Not happy, but Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. Um, I already recorded this video, but I'm going to re record it because the audio is kind of funky. So, I'm just going to show you how we get these results right here. Uh, about 40 leads for about an average of $14 per lead for my client's wedding venue. So, I'm going to show you how we do that and how you can set it up and implement it in your business today or tomorrow since today's Christmas. Okay, so the first thing we do, I have an example ad account here. I already went through setting it up. I'll go through that again. Okay, but we don't got to worry about that. First thing we have to worry about is creating the ad copy. And I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Okay, so I have an example ad copy document open. I also have the ad copy document for one of our clients, the Villa Tyler, open. Okay. So this is how the style really goes. There's three main points we want to try. We always try to hit. So now Facebook includes when you're targeting someone, it includes or a general area like Texas. It includes people who recently visited Texas as well. So we say Texas engaged couples to narrow that down. So anybody who's been engaged and let's say recently traveled to Texas, right? And they'll be like, "Oh, I'm not from Texas," so they'll just swipe past it, right? Okay, so it goes. Texas engaged couples still searching for a venue that matches your dreams. Okay, so this hooks and it retains the reader. So it acts as a question that they might be facing with their budget struggling, right? So we could ask a question. That's one common theme you'll see. And let's say we know that your wedding will be one of, if not the most special day of your life. Okay, it's like building that tension. Like, yeah, what's happening? My question, answer it, right? And this is why at the Villa Tyler, we guarantee you a stress-free wedding that you can cherish forever. Up to 220 guests, up to 220 guests, professional staff, 29 acres, parking, unbeatable location. Click below to get our free pricing brochure. All right. Okay. Book your perfect wedding now. Book your perfect wedding now. All right. So see, this is the framework we're gonna try to keep. Okay. So let's say your wedding venue is in New Zealand, right? So let's say calling all engaged couples in northern New Zealand or something, right? Okay. We could also add some emojis in there, like we do here and here, right? Emojis are really good. Okay, let's take this emoji and let's put it here, right? Calling all engaged couples in New Zealand, right? All right, and then let's add something that they might be facing with. Let's add like a question, like are you, let's say, struggling to find a venue that meets checks off all the boxes? That might be something a bride to be or groom to be is facing with, right? Boxes, right? That's a question. So, like, yeah, I'm struggling with that. Let's say, right? So then we have this right here. We know that your wedding. You don't have to add this, but you can, right? So you could just copy and paste something like that, like add example venue. We know your wedding will be one of the most special days of your life. And then you could say, right, right? This is why we strive with our staff to curate a unbelievable experience, or a curate a memorable experience for you. Memorable experience for family and friends, right? Okay, this ain't taking that long, right? Family and friends. Boom. And then here, right? So another thing you want to do before, I should have told you guys this before, but another thing you really want to do before is you want to make out a list of the things that your venue offers. So let's stamp up this brush size and let's erase all this. Okay, let's get rid of all this. Boom. So we usually you make a big board, but you don't have to do all that. I mean, right? So let's just list out a couple of things, right? Say your venue does catering, right? You could put that as a list, right? One of these listing options, and you'll see this a recurring theme with most of the copies. See the list here, list here, list here, right? They all give lists, right? And show like this is all the examples of things, right? So they have more incentive to buy. If you're as a wedding venue, right? This is where they're gonna spend special day. You know, they're getting married, so you want to add all these options and show them all your amenities that you include. So like, oh, this is a nice way to spend my day, my wedding. So let's say catering. Let's say you also have parking on site, right? Parking on site, right? Let's say you also have, you want to do about 5 to 10 of these. Let's say you do. Let's say you also have um, can fit 150 guests, right? Right. What's another one? Let's say you have a ballroom, right? Or hall, right? Ballroom or hall. You have indoor and outdoor ceremonies, right? Okay, and these are all just things, different things you can list. So let's take one of these, right? Let's take this check marker. Let's do right. Let's do indoor. You could do both indoor, and you could do and symbol and outdoor ceremonies, or you could do slash. It doesn't matter, or you could just say and. Right. Both indoor and outdoor ceremonies, right? Let's say what's another one? We have catering, right? That's another one. Okay, let's see. Parking, on-site parking, and the list can go on and on as much as you want. The more reasons you have, the more reasons a person has to really click and engage with your post. So let's just say this, right? And then we want a call to action at the end, just like we have here, right? Click the link below to get our pricing brochure. And the next later on video will show you how to create a pricing brochure. It'll be the simplest thing you'll ever do. All right, so click. We could just copy this, right? We could spice it up a little bit too. Let's say click below, right? And we could have a down arrow. I don't know. I don't think the emoji will come up, but we could have a down arrow. Click below to get our free pricing brochure, right? Free pricing brochure. And then you could have right here, book. And this is another call to action. Book your perfect wedding venue now. Or you could say today. Book your perfect wedding venue today. Perfect. Takes 10 seconds. No, about 5 minutes, but Next, I'll show you how to make the creative to go with this ad copy. It's easier than it may seem. Okay, we're back in my client's ad account, and you can see this is one of the creatives we used, and here's another one right here. Right, this one kind of looks a bit like, how do I do this? But we usually use Photoshop, but you could just use Canva. Easy alternative to use, right? So let's open up Canva. Right, let's go here. All right, okay. So the first things you can use, right? So let's see, we have the Polaroid photos and the big background image, right? Canva has a lot of templates you can use, right? So these are some we recently used, right? You can go down here to frames and you can see them here, right? You can see all frames and you can just search up any frame you want. Okay, so you could do, all right, let's say you wanted to do the big background, stretch out the frame like that, right? Or you want to do a circle like we have it, right? Stretch it out like that, right? Make it an oval, right? Boom, lift it up a little bit. That's perfect, just like that, right? And then we can just come to upload. You can upload in your photos, and we can drag and drop a photo in there, right? Bring it down a little bit, and that looks, it's already looking good, right? So then we'd come back to elements, and you can't find, we look for the Polaroid, right? Polaroid. And they have all different types of Polaroids. They have the layers ones, they have these ones, right? And you can spice it up a bit. You don't have to always follow the same template, right? So let's go for a long one, right? For here, let's duplicate this, right? And let's just stretch that out, shrink these ones down a little bit, right? And then we could just like this, right? Tilt this one a little bit, tilt, right? Come here, we could duplicate this to put this one on top, right? Tilt that one there, like that. And then the last one, we could duplicate that one to put it on top, right? And then we could just tilt it that way, just like that, right? Lift this one up a bit, just like that. Then we come, after setting all this up, we come to uploads, and we drag and drop the photos in. So you want a photo here, you can double click on it, crop it the way you want it, right? You want to put this photo here, here, you can put it anywhere, right? So we're gonna go with this photo being put in here. Just drag and drop it in there. Put that photo there. And put that photo there. We could bring this down a little bit so these photos you can see them better. Right? And boom. That's already, that was like less than 5 minutes, right? And we already got it down. So and then we just add the text, right? You see here, the Villa Tyler, the perfect wedding venue, right? We just come to the text section. We'd add a subheading, right? And whatever your venue name is for today, we're just gonna go with example venue, right? Yeah, and let's say you don't like the text, the font of it, you could just come here, right? You could change it to this one, whatever you want, right? Let's go elegant, right? Example venue, right? And then let's add a little bit of text right there, a little insensitive, right? Your perfect wedding venue, right? Your perfect NZ, New Zealand wedding venue, okay? Right? Let's change that font up too. So let's also put that to elegant. Right, your perfect New Zealand wedding venue. Boom. You could spice it up, make it a bit different. Do whatever you really want with the creatives. Just showcase the venue. Like here, it's a simple one. You can do the circle one too. It's a whole lot of different creatives you can make, right? But for today, this is what we're just gonna do. So then we just come here, we go to download, we go to PNG, we go to download, and then just download and upload it in the ads manager. Next, I'll show you how to actually set up everything with the campaign and the targeting to do. Okay, now we're here in the example ad account, and I'm going to show you exactly how to set this up. So let's just start a new campaign. So we'd create a new campaign. We'd make a leads campaign, right? I don't have to worry about all these other ones just yet. But just go to leads campaign. We'll go to manual setup. And we'll hit continue. Okay. You don't have to pick a category. We already have all this. We could start A/B testing later on, right? And you do not want to put on advantage campaign budget. You just want to leave a daily budget, which I'll show you how to do later on in the ad set level. Okay. If you wanted to run this off to a funnel to your website, you could pick website. If you wanted to do instant forms on Facebook, you do instant forms. If you want to do a messenger campaign, you could do they start a messenger chat with you, and so on and so forth, right? So let's say the perfect venues is the thing. Okay, so all of this, so dynamic creative. That's basically Facebook changing up the creative to suit the people that it's showing it to. So if John, right? Let's say John will only interact with things that are blue or green, right? Facebook will change it up to fit what John will interact with and get that conversion for you. So if you want to, you can. For today, we'll turn on dynamic creatives. And daily budget, you want to put that to whatever you're starting off with. I'd recommend starting off with 20 to 25, right? And then later on, we'll show you how to scale. Okay. Right. So let's go to editing the audience controls, right? And so we're marketing the people in New Zealand. So we want to go to New Zealand, right? Right. And we can pick wherever, right? We could just whole country in New Zealand. But I'm going to show you exactly how to like market in your space. So let's say Texas, right? If your venue is in Texas or say Houston, Texas, right? Tyler, Texas, right? You'd want to just go in Tyler, right? Tyler, Texas, right? And pick around wherever 25 to 50 miles works fine. You can test it out, see what works best for you, right? So that's audience. And then you want to put on audience plus, right? You could leave the age fine. All genders is okay, but you want to add who you're targeting, right? So we're targeting people in weddings. So that'd be people like interested in weddings, right? We could do interested in weddings. We could do bride, right? Right. You could do bride's wedding. Whoa. Right. You could do bride to be. I believe they have on here, right? No. Or you could do groom, right? Groom and bride, bride and groom, right? You could add some other interests like the knot, which is wedding related, right? The knot website. You could do wedding wire, which is wedding related, right? You could also add in newly engaged people who are newly engaged, right? Newly engaged 6 months. You could do newly engaged 3 months. We would suggest not going too broad with going with a year or just engaged in general. We found this converts better. So then if you don't have anything else, you could just go into suggestions, right? You don't have to have a lot. You could go with this, right? But if you want to add more, you go into suggestions. Let's say marriage proposal, right? Engagement ring, right? What else is in here? Jewelry, right? So these are all things you can just add to thing reach your audience. You could go with Advantage Plus placements or manual placements, right? Manual placements, if you're going with manual placements, I would suggest taking out apps and sites and leaving everything else on. But for now, let's just go with Advantage Plus. Okay, now we're down to the ad, finally, right? So let's get rid of this, right? And let's select the image that we just created. Let's upload one. example venue one, right? Just upload this. Boom. The image is in there. Looking good. And then let's go to the copy we just made, right? So we don't even gotta really change things up. We just take this, boom, copy it in there. Now a headline. We want our headline to really tell what it is, so you don't have to be all like persuasive with your words or anything. Just tell them wedding venue in New Zealand, or New Zealand wedding venue, right? And then you could add a link if you want to put a link on your ad. But yeah, we're just gonna go with learn more. We're gonna do a form. Now I'm gonna show you how you can create a perfect form to really show, if you're doing on Facebook, showcase your venue and everything you're doing. So for the intro, you'd want to add an image. We just added this image, right? And you want to add a nice headline, like the perfect venue for you. I'd add something a bit um, more resonating than that, but this is just to test, show you guys how to do it. Right? Perfect venue for you. Overview: a venue nestled in the heart of New Zealand, happily serving brides to be. Perfect, right? And then here you could add 3 benefits, right? On-site parking, catering, and 150 people. Right? Those are some benefits that people would really be interested in. And then here, build your story. I really would recommend putting social proof, some reviews in. This is an image of one of the reviews we've put in. I'll enlarge it for you right now. Yeah. Here's the photo enlarged. You can see we have the Cambium Barn. Weddings, right? A little cool wedding. And then what others are saying. So it's, oh, this is a review when you hear that. And then we have the review here. And then here you would put the name of the reviewer. We just put Megan Lee. That's just an example. And then you'd actually put a little snippet, like the best snippet you could find of their quote, right? And you'd add about two to 3, 4 if you're feeling good, right? And you'd also want to add an incentive, right? So this will get people to give you the information, motivate people to give you the information, like it says here. You can make the incentives whatever you want. For here we have book a tour, right? And then for the description, you could put that this is limited time. Limited time is good enough, right? And then you could put disclaimer only, only available through this online offer, right? Or something shorter than that. So it's one thing you could do. And then the questions, you want them basic questions, right? We love putting in you'd also have to add your description of what you'll be using this information for. Like, we'll use this information to follow with you with your tours and current events. And one question we love putting is, what style of wedding are you going for? It gets them to really interact and be like, okay, this is personalized for me. You get a ton of responses to this question. You really see what people are going for, and if your venue actually fits them. So the other question you'll be asking, basic information questions like your full name, right? Full name, email, phone number, right? You can add more if you want, but those are the ones we'd go with. Then you add your privacy policy, just whatever your website is. Then you could add the link text, right? You don't need to add a disclaimer, but you can if you want. The message for your leads. Since this was for the brochure, you get your brochure now is the headline. You can do a description. Thank you. Enjoy your brochure, right? Call to action. You could put a view your website, view your file, or call the business. I recommend view website and funneling it to your tour page, right? I'll show you how to set that up later on. Right. You're trying to funneling that to your tour page and having them book a tour. Then, right, this would be like an example of the tour page, right? You could have the call to action, give me my brochure. That's just how you can walk through it and create the form, right? And you don't need any of these because it's all on Facebook. And there, your ad's good. But that is how you set up a basic ads campaign for your wedding venue. And if you want us to come in and do this all for you and manage it for you, for the next month for free, just reply to this video and we can set up a call to discuss that. Happy holidays.